All right. Welcome back to the Pack You Run podcast. It's been a while since we've done this. I am your host, Dan Mayotte, and normally AJ would be on the mic offering his opinions and, uh, discussing Patriots and other topics with me. But we're still friends. Will do the occasional episode together. But I will. I'm gonna be doing some recording for you guys. Just handing out my thoughts and just doing some things. So that being said, and AJ, who will be editing this episode, you're welcome to chime in at any moment right now.
Cut your hair, you dirty hippie.
But anyways, here's the episode. Where do we begin? So we don't have. Let's just dive right into this shit show of a Patriots season. It's been a tough one. I don't think anyone had this on their radar that we are going to be this bad this season. The offense has completely regressed. Mac Jones looks like a shell of himself. He is no longer the guy. And there's a lot of things in flux with the end of this season. We are about 2 games, or not 2 games, we're about 2 days away from the final game of the season. It'll be Matthew Slater's final game as a pro, so shout out to him, one of the greatest Patriots of all time. I don't think he gets enough love necessarily from Patriots fans, and also he definitely gets enough love from Patriots fans, but not from the national media. He is one of our best players, and Bill Belichick just came out with a list of his GOATs, his greatest players that he's coached, and Matthew Slater was one of them. So big shout out to him. Awesome career, 3 Super Bowls, a ton of All-Pros, a ton of Pro Bowls. Hell yeah. He's going to definitely have a spot in the Patriots Hall of Fame in a couple years when he is eligible. But, I mean, it's potentially Bill Belichick's last season. We will have to see about that. I go back and forth every single day whether I want Bill be coaching next year or not. I think Bill, there's a lot of positives. Some of the positives include a lot of things in the past. And I know that looking at the past, constantly reminiscing about the past, doesn't get you any better. It won't make you a better team. Like, just thinking about all the glory days and all the good times, it only goes so far in terms of the future of this team. And a lot of the NFL is, what have you done for me lately? And, well, I mean, since Brady has left, we were 7-9. with Cam Newton. I think everyone kind of wrote that year off. Kind of was like, okay, well, first year without Tom Brady, you had no cap space, you did the best you could, whatever. And we were in a lot of those games back in 2020. We were in most of those games, I would say. And then we had 2021. I mean, we drafted Mac Jones, 14th overall. Fantastic. We were awesome. I mean, we were good up until that Colts game, if we're going to be real. That Colts game, we got smashed, and then we never really recovered from that. Like, that was like the turning point of the season. Yeah, we did win against Jacksonville, for example, but that was definitely a turning point in that season. We then, we were in the playoff hunt up until the last couple of games. Last season was frustrating. And this season, between all the injuries, the regression of Mac Jones, like the bad offensive line, no weapons, we completely fell over ourselves. Right now, sitting at 4-12, and it sucks. I mean, we are dead last in points. We are 28 in terms of yards. Every phase of the team, with the exception of the defense has been playing exceptionally well the last couple of weeks. It's insane how good this defense is a top 10 unit. But because of how poor, actually we're top 6, sitting at number 6. Because of how bad this offense has been, we're in the position that we're in. And whether it's because of Mac Jones, whether it's because of Bill Belichick and coaching, or Bill O'Brien, or there was a lack of there's been reports coming out that Patriots have the smallest coaching staff in the entire league. And Bill likes to keep it small, so there's less people to sort of there's less cooks in the kitchen, which I guess that makes sense. But at a certain point, what if everyone is from the same cut of cloth, if everyone is a Bill Belichick guy and a Bill Belichick friend, then what are we particularly doing here? And there was an article that just came out, Boston Herald. It was a huge bombshell. And it basically described all the issues that were going on this year. And it was between just everything. But for example, there was instances where, hold up one second. There's instances where Adrian Klein, he is the offensive line coach. He expressed to Matt Groh earlier in this season about the lack of quality players on the offensive line, which valid excuse, valid thing, and there was just nothing to be done. There was Bill O'Brien who wanted to hire his underlings, his guys, to coach under him, and Bill denying that. There was the fact that even before Bill O'Brien was hired, Bill Belichick wanted to keep Matt Patricia around but Robert Kraft nixed that in the butt. And I mean, there was Jack Jones, who was released later this season, who blew up at his position coach, Mike Polagino, at halftime during the Colts game. There was the J.C. Jackson incident, him getting benched. There's just a lot of dysfunction. There was Trent Brown, who, openly discussing plans to play for another NFC team next season. The list goes on and on with this team. There was the miscommunication within the quarterback room that Will Grier was going to be considered for a start, but in all reality was never a serious contender. There's Mac Jones and there's dysfunction within the quarterback room besides just Will Grier. I mean, there's Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi who aren't friends. They don't talk to one another. You don't have any sort of veteran in there like in the past couple of years when you had Brian Hoyer. Now Brian Hoyer, you can say whatever you want about him. He has his deficiencies as a starter or whatever, but he being that veteran presence in the locker room, that's huge. That's huge. There was Adrian to also add to the Adrian Klein. He felt like he was not being heard about decisions when it came to the offensive line. I mean, he's the one who's coaching that part of the team. And they really, it shows. I mean, the offensive line wasn't fixed really until Michael Wenu was switched onto the other side, onto that right tackle. Trent Brown has been wishy-washy at best. He is up for a new contract. I don't know if they want to go out and re-sign him again, especially with him. Doesn't sound like he is all that bought in, which is a shame because Trent Brown was a good player. He showed a lot in his New England tenure. Went to the Raiders, got a huge deal, got traded back here. And I mean, he was one of the first huge acquisitions of that 2021 free agency or off season. That's the same off season we signed Hunter Henry, we signed Matthew Judon, we signed Nelson Aguilar, we signed Devon Godshaw, who, I mean, Matthew Judon is probably the only one who has truly worked out of that bunch. Jonnu Smith is not with the team anymore. Nelson Aguilar is not with the team anymore. And Mac Jones is on the fringes of not I mean, I think he will get another chance next year with another team. I think the Patriots will probably look to trade him in the offseason. And I think some team is going to want to have him. I think trade him to the Vikings, honestly. The Vikings would be a fantastic option if the Vikings can extend Cousins, because Cousins is coming off a major injury and it is his final year. I mean, it might not be a bad option for him. I mean, Justin Jefferson, you got Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. Not very bad. I think one aspect of this team that nobody really talked about going into this season, and I didn't even think it was a red flag. I thought this team was going to go at least 10-7 or 9-8. I thought, same as last year, kind of in that middle of the road, like contender. Like nobody else around us got that significantly better. Unlike in the offseason of 2022. If I mean, I don't think anyone had it as us being this bad. And it's going to be a long off season. It's going to be maybe a long couple of years. I mean, I appreciate all the good times that we've had, but we might be entering some bad years in the next couple of seasons. The great thing is we don't have a huge quarterback on our roster, so we have a ton of cap space. We potentially have a high pick. And, we can just look to build around that. But we'll see. With all the dysfunction, is Bill the right guy to build around? I don't know, and I think I'm going to go through a little bit later on, not in this one, but maybe in another week or so of reasons why we should keep Bill and reasons why we shouldn't. It's it's up in the air. Now, to talk about some of the positives of this season, because I've talked a lot about the dysfunctions, the bad parts. Okay. Christian Barmore has had a breakout season. He is going to be a huge part of this team going forward. He is an awesome player. He is fantastic. And honestly, like the Pro Bowl just got it released. He got snubbed. He was all over the place making plays. He deserves to be in the Pro Bowl. Awesome player. Christian Gonzalez, he's an awesome piece. It sucks that he got injured so early on in this season. This defense is really good. I think what the offense could use is maybe another edge defender. Josh Uche is up at the end of this season. Who knows if we will be able to retain him or not. But I would say if you can retain him and get another edge, that's fantastic. Um, Also, maybe another cornerback. Jonathan Jones is getting up in age. Marcus Jones will be coming back after like a major injury, but Marcus Jones is not. He's not really a corner. He's more of a return guy. Um, Christian Gonzalez is great, but like Sean Wade, Miles Bryant. I mean, those guys are not considered to be starters in the NFL. Um, we did see some great play out of the rookie. We did see some great play out of Alex Austin this Sunday, picking off Josh Allen and also making a couple other huge plays. Um, we have a couple other great guys. We have Giovanni Tavai, who's really come into his own as a Patriot. Um, we have um, I mean not Dante Hightower. Uh, our safety play is fantastic with Jabril Peppers, and I mean that guy makes plays every single Sunday. He's one of our best players, without question. And this Patriots defense would look a whole lot different without him. I remember when Jabril Peppers came out of the draft, and he just seemed like a Patriots type of player, and very happy that he made his way over to the Patriots. I was very happy about the signing. I was like, that's a dream come true. Um, Other than that, I mean, the defense is fantastic. Special teams needs a ton of work. You can't be missing the kinds of kicks that Chad Ryland has been missing in the NFL. Sure, he's a nice guy. Sure, he's a nice kid. But we just, like, he's cost us games at this point. I mean, we can't, like, there's, we, he has been bad this season. Flat out. Terrible. Very bad at his job. And it's been a couple. I mean, we should have fired our special teams coordinator a long time ago. Last season, actually. Last season, he should have been fired without question. Absolutely. The offense. I'm going to try to be positive with the offense. Pop Douglas has been one of the best things for this offense. Not sure if he is a number one guy, but he is fantastic. He is great. He's a good specialist to have on this team, and a chain mover. He is filling in that role as Jakobi Meyers. And this time, hopefully, we retain him. We keep him. Ramondre Stevenson, I enjoy Ramondre Stevenson, but I don't think he's a number one back. I don't think he can be a number one back. I think he needs other backs to contribute. And I think a thing that has been lost with Patriots fans, with the media in general, is the lack of depth when it comes to our running backs. When we were in our heyday, we had at least 3 or 4 running backs that could hurt you in some sort of way, whether that be James White, Rex Burkhead. We had LeGarrette Blount at one point. I mean, all of those guys sharing the field. We had Danny Woodhead. We had Kevin Falk. We had, I'm just naming running backs at this point. But the point is, all of those guys, they all had their set of skills that could hurt you. Zeke is good. And Zeke is, we can dump it off to him. You can dump it off to Ramondre Stevenson, but you need that sort of James White. James White, hugely underrated and deserves more credit for giving Brady a number of chances to just get rid of the ball. That's one of the major issues that this team didn't have this year. We didn't have that guy that we could just dunk underneath and check down and pick up some yards. And Mac Jones struggled with that. The first game of the season against the Eagles, it was a great opportunity. I thought this team could potentially, I thought we were going to get blown out, but we really did well. Except in the very last moment when Booty didn't get that second foot down. But that's fine. Bailey Zappi, he has played better than Mac Jones and showed a lot of stuff in the last couple of weeks. He's not the guy moving forward, but I think he shows something that he can play in this league at least. He deserves to be at least a backup, which honestly, looking at some of the injuries in the NFL, backup quarterback is going to be a very valuable position moving forward with all the injuries coming up. He has shown some stuff. He's also shown some bad stuff. I think it's worth keeping him around another season. I'm not sure if they will. Just based on how they've made so many moves that they cut him originally this season. They've had Matt Corral on the staff. They have Trace McSorley. They've had Malik Cunningham. They've had 6 different quarterbacks, all within not play, but within signed or released within the season. It's been ridiculous and crazy to try to figure out. It's a lost season. I think it's going to get better. Hopefully soon, but we will have to see. So I'm going to end it here, but I just wanted to give some thoughts and the huge shout out to Matthew Slater. Last game of his professional career. Hope at least it's a competitive game to send him off the right way, because he deserves that. He has been one of the best captains for the Patriots. And yeah, Dan out.